Welcome children, welcome to Refresh Concepts with me Dinesh Modi. We move further with the next chapter, shares and dividend. Now children, let's understand this particular concept of share. What do you mean by share? At times children don't understand the meaning of this particular chapter, and that's the reason they find the chapter a bit difficult. Mind you, the chapter is very easy. You need to know the concept, you need to know the terminology, and thereafter the formulas. If you know all these three, the chapter is very, very simple, right? So let's understand what do you mean by a share. Now what happens is that in order to form a company, right, if you want to form a company, then there are some desirable people, right, who will come together and they will start a company. Now when they start a company, they are termed as promoters. People who join together and start a company, they are termed as promoters. Now we all know, in order to run a particular company, you require expenditure, capex, capital, that is money, right? Now, this particular money is being divided into smaller parts, right? They come out with a capex, but this capex, capital, is divided into smaller part. Say, rupee 1, rupee 2, rupee 5, rupee 10, rupee 100. This smaller part of the capital is termed as share. This smaller part of the capital is termed as share, right? Now, that smaller part, as I stated, rupee 1, rupee 2, rupee 5, rupee 10, rupee 100, that smaller part is termed as share. Now, that share has some kind of value. As I stated, rupee 1, rupee 2, rupee 5. That value is termed as the face value of the share, which is written on the share certificate. Right? So what is face value? The smallest part of the capital, which could be either rupee 1, rupee 2, rupee 5, rupee 10, rupee 100. That part is termed as the face value of a share. Now children, face value has one more name. Face value has one more name, which is nominal value. Right? Either you talk in terms of face value or you talk in terms of nominal value. So very first thing is what we need to know what a share is. Now having understood what is a share, we got it what is a face value or nominal value, right? So let's understand what happens when a particular company has some shares, and what if people purchase it from the market. So say for example, a company has shares whose face value is rupees 10. A person buys shares of that particular company from the market. A person buys shares of that particular company from the market at 10 rupee only. The face value was 10. The person buying the share at 10, that means the person is purchasing that particular share at par. At par means the market value and the face value or nominal value is the same. I repeat, if a person buys a share of a particular company, right? If he or she buys a share at the face value, so for example, as I stated, that if the face value of a certain company is rupees 10 and a person buys the same share from the market at rupees 10, that means the person has bought the share at par. At par means the market value and the face value is the same. What if the person buys a share whose face value is rupees 10 but at rupees 16? That means the market value is 16, face value of the share is 10. So now if you are thinking that, sir, how is that possible? That 6 rupees is the premium given to that particular share, depending upon the, nature of the company, depending how the good the company is, it is being given some kind of premium. So that 16 is the market value, face value is 10. So here I can say the person has bought the share above par, means the market value is greater than the face value. But what if the company is not giving any kind of profits or the company is not performing well? Company has a face value of rupees 10, that is has a share of face value with rupees 10, but the company is not performing well. Maybe the share price will not reflect the same. So it may come down, right? And if a person buys the same share whose face value is 10, but if he gets the same share from the market at rupees 5, we say that the person has bought below par. The person has bought below par. Below par means the market value is less than face value. So what we have learned up till now, we have learned what do you mean by share, what is face value, what is nominal value, meaning is the same, what is at par, below par, above par. Now let's understand some list of formulae. Let's understand some list of formulae. What are the list of formulae, children? If you are thorough with these 4 formulas, you are thorough with your chapter shares and dividend. Let's start. The very first one, number of shares bought. Number of shares bought is equals to sum invested upon market value of one share. Now if I want to find out how many number of shares is being bought, the answer is number of shares bought is equals to sum invested upon market value of one share. So for example, if I want to say, I invest in a particular firm, I invest rupees 8,000 in a particular firm, whose market value of one share is 80. Whose market value of one share is 80. So if I were to say that 8,000 is what I have invested, market value of one share is 80, how many shares am I purchasing? I am purchasing 100 shares. I am purchasing 100 shares. Are you getting me? Right? So, number of shares bought is equals to sum invested upon market value of one share. Example I have given. If I want to invest some amount into the share market, say 8,000 is the amount, and if the market price of that particular company share is rupees 80, how many shares am I purchasing? 100. Now, second way, and one more term is what we need to understand. Having understood face value, nominal value, market value, at par, below par, above par, we need to know one more term, and that term is dividend. Now, what is dividend, children? If a company is a very good company and company gains profit, if the company earns hefty profit or some amount of profit, company would like to distribute this particular profit amongst the shareholders. Company would like to distribute this particular profit. Now, what is the profit the company needs to distribute is what the board of directors and the promoters are going to decide. But if they wish to distribute some amount of profit which they have earned from the year, from the quarter, half yearly, right? That is what distribution of the profit amongst the shareholder is termed as dividend. Distribution of profit amongst the shareholder is termed as dividend. So what is dividend? Dividend is nothing but the amount distributed by the, or you can say amount from the profit distributed by the company to the shareholders. Are you getting me? So what is the second formula? Also, the number of shares bought can also be found out by total dividend upon dividend on one share. So sir, should we go with this particular formula or this one? It depends upon what is given in your question, children. So say I'm giving you an example. In my question, it is not being told to me that the company's face value is so and so or market value is so and so. What do they give me, right, in my sum? They might provide this kind of information. A person receives dividend of rupees 800. Person receives dividend of rupees 800, right? And dividend on per share is rupees 8. Now, if a person receives dividend of rupees 800, right? Total dividend is rupees 800. Dividend on one share is, as I stated, dividend on one share is 8. How many shares am I purchasing? Again, 800 by 8. How much I'll get? 100. 800 by 8. I'll get how much? 100. So the first formula, sum invested upon market value of one share, or it can be calculated as total dividend upon dividend on one share. We have one more formula, total income profit on one share. Now children, I would like to tell you one more thing. In our terminology, dividend and income or profit is the same. Mind you, dividend is nothing but the profit incurred. Dividend is nothing but the profit gained. Dividend is nothing but the income gained. So just remember this. In our chapter, dividend, income, profit, all are the same. So again, this particular formula gets modified. If the question is not using this terminology, dividend one, then they might use the word income or they might use the word profit. That's the reason I have to give you this one. Otherwise, number 2 and number 3 have same meaning. Number 2 and number 3 have the same meaning. The only thing is we people have to understand that the dividend and the income and the profit is one and the same. So likewise, total dividend upon dividend on one share, on the same lines, total income or total profit upon income on one share or profit on one share. Meaning is the same. So the very first formula is number of shares bought is sum invested upon market value of one share. Market value could be the face value if it is purchased at par. If it is purchased, that's the reason we understood all these three. Next, again, number of shares bought can be found out by total dividend upon dividend on one share, or you can say total profit or income earned upon profit or income on one share. Right? Second formula. Now, sir, how is that total dividend being calculated? Now, you just made us understand that dividend is nothing but distribution of profit amongst the shareholders. But then how that dividend is being calculated? So here comes the formula for total dividend earned. Now, total dividend earned is nothing but number of shares into rate of dividend, mind you, it's rate of dividend into nominal value of share, or you can say face value of share. Total dividend is number of shares into rate of dividend into nominal value of share. So say for example, a company declares a dividend of rupees, a company declares a dividend of 4%. Company declares a dividend of 4%, having face value 10, and a person has borrowed or has 100 shares of that particular company. So what is that particular what is that particular person having? The person has 100 shares of that particular company. What is the rate of dividend declared by the company? 4%. So what is the total income gained by that particular person? The total income, mind you, total dividend, as I stated earlier, dividend, income, profit is the same. So total dividend earned by that person, total income earned, total profit earned by that person in our example is, if the number of shares he had 100 into rate of dividend, which is 4%, so rate of dividend is 4%, so 4 by 100 into what is the nominal value of share? As I stated, the nominal value of the share is 10, so into 10, 100 gets cancels off. How much is he earning? He is earning rupees 40. How much is he earning? He or she is earning rupees 40 as total dividend. He or she is earning rupees 40 as total dividend. Right, children? Now comes return percentage, profit percentage, income percentage. Again, all are the same. We know that profit, income, dividend, return, all are the same. Here they are talking in terms of percentage. So return percentage, profit percentage, income percentage is nothing but income upon investment into 100. Income upon investment into 100. Now, if you are thinking that, sir, what is that income? Income is nothing but income in terms of dividend. Income in terms of dividend. So whatever is the dividend they receive upon their investment into 100 will give me their percentage income or percentage profit or percentage return. Are you getting me, children? Right? The last one is most important one. Many a times is what we get answered very easily by using this particular formula. We will come across some where we use this particular one, just by heart it. Rate of dividend into the nominal value is percent profit or percent return. Percent profit or percent return into market value. Now you might say that, sir, here also there is percent return, here also there is percent return. Yes. So that's what I said, that if you want to find out percent return and you have been given rate of dividend, nominal value, market value, you can easily get percent return. Rather than going with this particular formula, you can go with this one. That's the reason I've written down with separate marker. Depending upon the sum, depending upon the data given to you, we'll use the formula. But this is a very good one. So we'll just say once again, rate of dividend into nominal value, Rate of dividend into nominal value is percent profit, or you can say return percent profit or percent return into market value, right? So what we have seen concept of share, introduction of share, right? What is the smallest part of the capital? The smallest part of the capital is share. How the shares are being purchased, at par, below par, above par. Thereafter, formulas: number of shares bought, sum invested upon market value of one share, or total dividend upon dividend on one share, or total income upon income on one share. Total dividend earned, income earned, profit earned, number of shares into rate of dividend into nominal value. You can also say face value. Nominal value or face value, meaning is the same. Percent return, percent profit, percent income is income upon investment into 100. And the last one, rate of dividend into nominal value is rate of return. Rate of dividend into nominal value is rate of return into market value. Right? Percentage return into market value. Right?